Welcome back to Horoscope TV. The energy is absolutely buzzing today. The stars are moving into some truly wild formations, and we are thrilled to have you here with us.
It really feels electric, doesn't it?
It does. And if you are a Libra, or if you have a special Libra in your life that you are desperately trying to figure out right now, you've landed in exactly the right place.
It is very good to be here. And honestly, desperately trying to figure out might be the theme for a lot of signs this week, but especially for our Libra listeners, we are analyzing a week that I think is going to be looked back on as a pivotal moment in 2026.
I got that vibe just looking at the raw data. We are zooming in on the forecast for the week of February 16th to February 22nd, 2026. And I have to say, I've been looking over the charts, the transits, the planetary movements, and this isn't just a standard week where maybe you find $5 on the sidewalk or have a nice lunch.
Not even close.
This looks intense. We are talking about a solar eclipse. We are talking about major planetary shifts and potentially what some are calling the luckiest day of the entire year.
It is certainly not a week for the faint of heart, but it is absolutely a week for the open-hearted.
Okay.
You know, when we look at a week like this in astrology, we can't just look at the events in isolation. We can't just say, Monday's crazy, Tuesday is big. We have to look at the narrative arc.
It's a story.
It is a story. And for Libra, this is a hero's journey compressed into 7 days.
I love that. So let's set the stage. What is the story for Libra this week? If we had to put a title on this movie, what's the headline?
The headline is, From Chaos to Abundance.
Ooh, I like that.
If I were to write a mission statement for this week based on the astrological data, it would be about navigating a very specific, somewhat tricky transition. We start the week with this high-octane, almost erratic creativity and these fated new beginnings triggered by the eclipse.
Right, it's loud, it's fast.
It is. But then we move into something very different. A grounded, structured focus on health and routine as we enter Pisces season, culminating in a massive release of positive energy with Venus trining Jupiter.
So it's like a roller coaster that starts with a steep, terrifying drop, but ends with a smooth, euphoric glide back into the station.
That is a great analogy. It really is. The challenge for the listener, for you, Libra, is going to be managing those sudden changes at the start of the week.
Right.
You have to keep your footing when the ground shakes on Monday so that you are actually standing upright and ready to receive the abundance waiting for you at the end.
So don't panic.
Don't panic. If you panic on Monday, you might miss the gift on Sunday.
Okay, that is a high-stakes setup. Let's unpack this day by day, because Monday, February 16th, seems like it is coming in hot.
Yeah.
We have this theme in the outline of disruption versus clarity.
It is definitely coming in hot.
What exactly is happening in the sky on Monday?
Monday is fascinating because we have two very different energies fighting for dominance in the chart. First, we have the sun squaring Uranus.
Okay, a square. That's tension.
It is. Now, I want to pause here. For those listeners who might just read their daily horoscope app and not follow the geometry of the sky closely, a square is an aspect of tension. It's a 90-degree angle. It's friction.
It's like two people trying to walk through a doorway at the exact same time.
Exactly. And one of those people is the sun, your ego, your core self. And the other person is Uranus.
And Uranus is for the wild card.
Uranus is the planet of the unexpected, the sudden shock, the lightning bolt. It is the planet of, I absolutely did not see that coming.
So when the sun squares Uranus on February 16th, what does the data suggest happens on the ground? For a Libra specifically.
It suggests the strong potential for sudden change. For Libra, this is hitting the personal and creative sectors. It creates an energy of restlessness. You might wake up on Monday morning and feel this itch in your skin that says, everything needs to change right now.
Okay, give us a scenario. What does that look like in real life?
Well, it could be a sudden, sharp pivot in a creative project. You've been working on a painting, a report, or a design for weeks, and suddenly you look at it and say, no, I hate it, burn it down, I'm starting over.
Oh, wow. That's dramatic.
It is. Or it could be a surprise related to a friend. Uranus rules community in many ways. Maybe a friend cancels plans last minute, leaving you hanging. Or conversely, someone you haven't heard from in 10 years drops a bombshell in your DMs.
And because it's a square, I assume this doesn't feel entirely comfortable. It's not a fun surprise.
It creates a nervous energy. It's anxiety-inducing for sure. The advice here is to expect the unexpected. There's going to be a desire to be impulsive.
Impulsive how?
Because Uranus breaks chains, you might wake up Monday morning and want to quit your job, break up with your partner, or dye your hair electric blue.
Don't dye your hair blue on a Monday morning, Libra. Wait until at least Friday.
Please wait. Exactly. Because here's where it gets really interesting. Remember I said there were two energies?
Right, the counterbalance.
While the Sun and Uranus are creating this chaos and this urge to rebel, we also have Mercury forming a trine with Jupiter on the exact same day.
And a trine is the good one, right? The easy one.
A trine is the best one. A trine is flow, it's ease. It's a 120-degree angle where planets support each other.
Okay.
And look at the players. Mercury is communication, logic, the mind. Jupiter is luck, expansion, and wisdom.
So think about this contradiction. Emotionally, you might feel erratic and shaky because of Uranus,
Totally.
but mentally and communicatively.
You are sharper than ever. This is the counterbalance. It is the saving grace of the day.
So even if everything is going wrong.
Right. While things around you might feel disruptive, your schedule is blown up, your friends are acting weird, your ability to articulate your thoughts, to negotiate, to plan big moves is actually heightened.
So if I'm hearing you right, the strategy for Monday is don't react emotionally to the surprises. Don't let the Uranus anxiety drive the car. But Dio, use your words.
Yes, that is the perfect strategy. This is actually the perfect day to hold that big meeting or pitch that big idea, even if you feel a little jittery inside.
So lean into the Mercury-Jupiter part.
You have to. The Mercury-Jupiter connection provides mental clarity amidst the emotional surprise. The world might be spinning, but your speech will be flawless. You can talk your way out of the chaos.
I like that. The world is spinning, but I'm speaking clearly. Okay, so we survive Monday. We navigate the scramble.
We do.
Then we hit Tuesday, February 17th.
Ah.
And this is the main event. We have a solar eclipse.
The solar eclipse. Now, eclipses are always significant in astrology. We talk about them a lot, but it's important to remember they aren't just new moons. A new moon is like planting a seed.
Right.
A solar eclipse is like a portal opening up in the ground. They are new moons on steroids. They shut doors and slam others open.
And for Libra, where is this portal opening up?
This eclipse is landing in the 5th house.
The 5th house. Remind us.
In the chart, the 5th house is the domain of joy. It's romance, creativity, self-expression, children, play, gambling, risk. It's where we go to feel alive.
That sounds fantastic. An eclipse in the house of fun? That sounds like a party.
It is fantastic, but it's also intense. An eclipse here marks a very powerful new start. It's a reset button on how you experience joy.
A reset button.
A huge one. Because sometimes, Libra, you can get so caught up in pleasing others, that classic Libra trait, that you forget what actually brings you joy.
Oh, that is a good point. So this eclipse is asking what makes you happy, not what makes the group happy.
Exactly. It is a mandate from the universe to follow your heart. The data suggests this is a time to try something brand new. It's about the Libra lifestyle shifting. It implies a fated event.
Fated always sounds so dramatic.
It is dramatic, but in a good way. These are things that feel destined or unavoidable. Maybe you bump into someone who reignites your passion for art. Maybe you suddenly realize that the way you've been having fun isn't actually fun for you anymore, and you need a completely different outlet.
So it's not just a small tweak. It's a fundamental shift.
It can be. It's like the universe is grabbing you by the shoulders and saying, are you actually enjoying your life? If not, we're changing it right now.
Wow.
And because it's a solar eclipse, the effects aren't just for that day. This sets the tone for the next 6 months.
6 months.
Yep. So on Tuesday the 17th, pay very close attention to what makes your heart beat faster. That is your compass for the rest of the year.
Okay, so we have the shock of Monday, the fated new start of Tuesday, and then midweek, the vibe shifts again. February 18th to the 20th, looks like we're moving into a completely different territory.
A completely different territory.
Our chart changes color.
It really does. We are moving from the airy, mental, social energy of Aquarius, where the eclipse happened, into the watery, emotional, spiritual energy of Pisces. On February 18th, the sun enters Pisces.
Pisces season begins. What does that mean for a Libra specifically? Because Pisces and Libra are very different signs.
They are, and that difference is key. For Libra, Pisces rules the 6th house, the sector of daily routine, health, service, and organization. Yeah. So notice the massive shift here. Tuesday is about joy, romance, creativity, the grand gesture.
Right, the big stuff.
And Wednesday is about, okay, but did I drink enough water? Is my desk organized? How is my gut health?
That is a buzzkill.
Yeah.
We went from a party to a doctor's appointment in 24 hours.
It sounds like a buzzkill, I know. But it is actually essential grounding. You cannot sustain the high voltage energy of an eclipse forever. You would burn out.
That's a good point.
The sun in Pisces asks, how do I make this sustainable? If you had a great creative idea on Tuesday, Wednesday is when you figure out the schedule to actually make it happen.
I see. It's the integration phase. It's the how-to part of the what if.
Exactly. And this need for integration gets supercharged on Friday, February 20th. This is one of the most critical aspects of the week, maybe even the month. Saturn meets Neptune.
Saturn and Neptune, I feel like those two are opposites, like total opposites.
They are the ultimate odd couple of the zodiac. Saturn is the planet of structure, discipline, concrete reality, walls, boundaries. It is the architect.
And Neptune is?
Neptune is the planet of dreams, vision, illusion, water, no boundaries. It is the poet.
So when they meet, what happens? Do they fight? Does the wall block the water? Does the water dissolve the wall?
They merge. And this is the conjunction of Saturn and Neptune. It's a heavy-hitting aspect. The conflict is obvious, structure versus dreams, but the resolution is profound.
Okay, tell me more.
They are meeting to help you, the listener, bring structure to your vision.
Oh, I love that. It's not about popping the dream bubble. It's about building a foundation under it.
Perfectly said. It's no longer just a dream, it's becoming a plan. This is the turning point for work and wellness routines.
Right.
If the eclipse gave you the vision, I want to write a novel, I want to get fit, Saturn and Neptune are giving you the blueprint. It requires discipline, yes, but it's discipline in service of the dream.
So don't resist the boring stuff later in the week. The spreadsheets, the meal prepping, the calendar invites, that's actually part of the magic.
It is the container for the magic. Without the cup, the water spills everywhere and gets lost. Saturn provides the cup for Neptune's water.
That is a beautiful image. Okay, so we've built a cup, we've grounded ourselves, and now we arrive at the grand finale, Sunday, February 22nd. You called this the headliner.
This is the reward. This is why you did the work on Monday and Wednesday. On Sunday, we have a trine between Venus and Jupiter.
And for Libra, Venus is huge because...
Venus is your ruling planet.
Right.
It's the planet of love, beauty, value, and money. It essentially represents you in the chart. And Jupiter is the great benefic luck, expansion, abundance, optimism.
So when these two high-five each other in a trine,
it creates an energy of pure harmony.
the data indicates this is one of the best aspects of the year for Libra. That is a bold claim.
It is, and it's backed by the geometry. This aspect brings a sense of being charmed and charming. It's a massive release of tension.
I think we'll need that after Monday.
Absolutely. Whatever stress you felt on Monday with that Uranus square, it's gone. It's evaporated. It is replaced by this feeling that the universe is on your side.
It sounds like a deep collective exhale.
It is. And it's not just passive. You aren't just sitting there getting lucky. On the same day, we have Mars interacting with Chiron.
Right, the secondary aspect. Mars is action, Chiron is the wounded healer. Or here, maybe courage.
Yes, in this context, it provides courage. While Venus brings the luck and the soft landing, Mars and Chiron give you the bravery to stand up for your ideas or your needs.
So you're not just a lucky bystander.
Not at all. You're not just lucky, you're confident. You're radiating this I belong here energy.
That is a powerful combination. Luck plus confidence equals, well, world domination, basically. Or at least a really good Sunday.
A really good Sunday indeed.
Okay, so that's the timeline. But I want to drill down into the specific areas of life because our listeners always want to know, how does this affect my heart? How does this affect my wallet? Let's start with the big one. Love and romance.
This is a favorite topic for Libra, naturally. As a sign ruled by Venus, relationships are your default setting.
Naturally. So what is the verdict?
The verdict is that the love life is absolutely sparkling. I mean, looking at the data, you couldn't ask for a better setup. It's really quite something.
Let's look at the key dates. We already mentioned the eclipse on the 17th. How does that play out romantically?
Yes. Because that eclipse is in the 5th house of romance, it is a huge deal.
Okay.
If you are single, this suggests a fated new beginning. You might meet someone on Tuesday who feels familiar, like you've known them before. It's magnetic.
And if you're in a relationship?
If you're coupled, it's a reset. Maybe you rediscover why you fell in love in the first place, you break out of the rut, it's a chance to bring that spark back.
And then the very next day, February 18th, we have Venus joining the North Node. Can you explain the North Node to us? It's a bit of a tricky concept.
It can be, but think of the North Node as your destiny point. It's the compass needle pointing to where your soul wants to travel in this lifetime.
So it's your path forward.
Exactly. When Venus, the planet of love, joins the North Node, it suggests a soul connection.
Ooh, That gives me chills.
It should. It's about deepening a bond in a way that feels purposeful. This isn't just a fling, this is part of your path. If
Okay.
you meet someone around the 18th, pay attention. They are there to teach you something.
That's powerful.
It really is. It adds a layer of significance to any new connection.
And then, of course, the 22nd with that Venus-Jupiter trine.
The perfect date night, honestly, if you are planning a first date or an anniversary dinner or just want to tell someone you love them, do it on Sunday the 22nd.
Why then specifically?
You will feel appreciated, you will look beautiful, and the energy is just conducive to connection. There's no friction, it's smooth, it's lovely, it's warm.
So for the singles, keep your eyes open. And for the couples.
For couples, lean into the Pisces energy mid-rent. Find joy in the little things. But honestly, your natural charm is off the charts this week. People are drawn to you. You don't have to try hard.
I love hearing that. Okay, let's pivot to career and money. We mentioned Monday was good for meetings because of Mercury.
Yes. February 16th, get the talking done, pitch the big ideas, send the important emails.
But the eclipse on the 17th has a career component too, doesn't it?
It does. Because it's in the creative sector, a new creative idea could turn into a major professional project.
So don't dismiss those random ideas you have in the shower on Tuesday.
Never dismiss the shower ideas, especially during an eclipse. Write it down. Because later in the week, when Saturn and Neptune meet,
The dream gets a plan.
that idea needs vision, and Saturn gives you the structure to execute it. Maybe that shower idea becomes a pitch deck on Friday. It's about taking that spark of inspiration and making it tangible.
It's interesting how the week flows. Idea on Tuesday, structure on Friday, and then what happens on Sunday regarding work.
Well, on Sunday the 22nd, with that Mars you're on aspect, you gain respect from colleagues. This is about standing up for your ideas.
Right, the courage.
You have the charm from Venus, but the backbone from Mars. That's a leadership combination. You can command the room without raising your voice.
Now, what about the money? You mentioned Monday might be a little dangerous for the wallet.
Yes, the warning. Sun square Uranus on the 16th. Uranus is impulsive. It loves novelty. You might see a gadget, a pair of shoes, a plane ticket to a place you've never heard of, and just click buy without thinking.
I need this immediately to fill the void.
Exactly. It's retail therapy triggered by anxiety. And the advice is stick to the budget early in the week. Resist the urge to splurge on the funner unusual. Just wait.
Just wait a few days.
A few days is all it takes because there's a boost coming, right?
There is.
Mercury trine Jupiter on the same day brings good news about investments or perhaps a gift. But the real payoff is Sunday, February 22nd.
The lucky day.
It is described as incredibly lucky for money. You could see a boost through your work, a bonus, or just a lucky break.
What's the key to unlocking that?
The key here is your attitude. The forecast says to keep a positive attitude about money, an abundance mindset, because abundance is flowing. If you believe you are worthy of it, it's more likely to find you.
So save on Monday so you can enjoy the abundance on Sunday.
Exactly. Don't spend the money you hope to get on Sunday on Monday. Wait for it to arrive.
Wise words. Now let's talk health and wellness. This seems to be a huge theme once Pisces season starts.
It is. It's a central theme. As the sun moves into Pisces on the 18th, the spotlight for Libra shifts directly to the body and the routine.
We talked about the Saturn-Neptune meeting on the 20th. How does that apply to health?
This is fascinating. Usually people try to start diets or routines based on willpower alone. That's pure Saturn. Or they try to manifest health without doing anything. That's pure Neptune. We all are. But Saturn-Neptune suggests that you need vision combined with structure. It's not about a crash diet. It's about a regular daily routine that lasts a long time.
It's about sustainability again. It's the big theme of the week.
Yes. And using the eclipse energy from earlier in the week to start a hobby that reduces stress. Stress reduction is actually the biggest health tip for this week.
Because if you're stressed, the Uranus energy on Monday is going to fry your nerves.
Precisely. Your nervous system will be on high alert. So finding an outlet, creative, physical, whatever, is non-negotiable.
So by the end of the week,
By the time you get to Sunday the 22nd, the forecast says you will feel vibrant and full of life, but only if you respect the need for rest. You have to recharge to shine. If you burn the candle at both ends on Monday and Tuesday, you will be too exhausted to enjoy the luck on Sunday.
respect the need for rest. I think we all need to tattoo that on our foreheads.
It would save us a lot of trouble, wouldn't it?
It really would. All right, let's get into the compatibility corner. We always like to know who we should hang out with and who we might want to avoid,
Yeah.
or at least be careful with.
Right, who to lean into and who to give a little space.
Exactly. Let's start with the good news. Who's the best match?
The best match for Libra this week is Aquarius.
Another air sign. That makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. They share a love for social connection, ideas, conversation. But specifically this week, since the eclipse is happening in Aquarius, which is your 5th house,
Ah, okay.
the Aquarius people in your life are vibrating on the same frequency.
They get it?
They get it. They will cheer you on regarding that fresh start. They understand the need for freedom and excitement. They appreciate your balance. A scenario here is attending a fun event on Sunday the 22nd together.
Just easy.
It's just easy. You don't have to explain yourself to an Aquarius this week.
And the challenging match.
Yeah.
Who do we need to be mindful of?
Cancer.
Ooh, the crab. Why is that tricky this week?
It's an elemental clash. Cancer is water. Libra is air. And this week, that clash is amplified.
How so?
Cancer's feeling very private and emotional right now. Remember, Pisces season amplifies all the water signs. They're feeling everything. Libra, meanwhile, is craving social fun and new experiences from that eclipse.
So Libra says, let's go to the party, and Cancer says, I want to stay home and cry about a commercial I saw.
Basically. And neither is wrong, but you're on different planets. The trigger is that Sun square Uranus on Monday.
Right.
It creates friction. Cancer wants the safety of the shell. Libra wants to break free. Libra won't see Cancer as moody. Cancer sees Libra as detached or superficial.
So what's the advice if you're a Libra dating a Cancer? Or your best friend is a Cancer?
Break up. No, I'm kidding. The advice is space.
Space.
Give each other space.
Yeah.
Avoid heavy communication on the volatile days like Monday. Let them be in their shell. You go to the party with the Aquarius and meet up when the energy settles later in the week.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Sometimes distance makes the heart grow fonder, or at least prevents an argument.
Exactly. Don't force it this week.
All right, before we wrap up, we need the Cosmic Toolkit. These are the specifics to help our listeners hack the week.
Let's do it. The practical magic.
Color of the week.
Pink. Color code #FFC0CB for the designers out there.
Pink. I feel like that's very on brand for Libra and Venus. It's perfect.
It is. It invokes that Venusian energy of love and softness. And hey, there's that on Wednesdays we wear pink meme, but honestly, wear it whenever you need a boost of charm this week, especially on Sunday.
Noted. And the lucky numbers.
We have a sequence here. 6, 15, 24, 33, 42, 51.
I see a pattern there. They all reduce to...
They all reduce to 6. 1 plus 5 is 6. 2 plus 4 is 6.
And 6 is the Venus number?
It is. It's the number of Venus. It's the number of harmony and domestic happiness. So keep an eye out for those numbers on receipts, license plates, timestamps. The universe might be winking at you.
And just to recap, the best dates to circle on the calendar.
February 16th for communication, despite the chaos. Use your words. February 17th for the new start for that eclipse magic. And of course, February 22nd for luck and love.
Fantastic. This really feels like a week where if you know the weather report, you can dress for it and have an amazing time.
That's it.
But if you don't, you might get caught in the rain on Monday.
That is the perfect way to sum it up. It is a week of opportunity, but you have to participate in it consciously. You can't just let it happen to you.
We always like to leave our listeners with something to chew on. A final thought. You mentioned the Saturn-Neptune conjunction being a big deal. What should we take away from that?
I want to leave you with this thought. We often think of structure as boring. We think of discipline as the enemy of freedom.
Right, the have-tos.
The have-tos. And we think of dreams as the fun part. But this week proves astrologically that without structure, the dream cannot survive. The eclipse gives you the dream. Saturn gives you the container.
The cup for the water.
Exactly. So don't resent the routine. Don't resent the plan. Ask yourself, how can I build a container for my new joy? Because if you build it, the joy stays. It doesn't just evaporate.
How can I build a container for my new joy? I love that. I'm going to be thinking about that all week.
Me too. It's a question for all of us, really.
Well, thank you so much for breaking this all down for us. It sounds like Libra is in for quite the ride, but a beautiful one if they navigate it right.
It was a pleasure to analyze the data with you. It's a really potent week.
And thank you to you, our listener, for tuning into this episode on Horoscope TV. We hope this helps you make the most of the cosmic energies swirling around you.
You really do.
If you enjoyed this analysis and want to make sure you're prepared for what the stars have in store next week, please make sure to subscribe. You'll get notified right when the next episode is available.
Until next time, keep looking up.
Bye for now.